Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime, and today, well, I'm doing another one of those episodes where I try to depress my wife by seeing if she likes
Really?
wines other than ones she claims she likes, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, like I said, this is Stuart.
And Haley.
With Wine on the Dime. And so today I am going to be doing a Sauvignon Blanc showdown because the other day I reviewed this Brancott and I really, really liked it. And then I went back and thought, is it better than Starborough?
No.
Well, I don't know. But I have the biggest Starborough snob on the planet right here. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. So I poured 2 samples. She doesn't know which ones are which. I do. And what?
I just feel like I'm at the doctor's office. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna go through an evaluation to see if she can tell which one's which. But before she can do that, she has to tell me which one she thinks is better, too. So let's see. Let's start with number 1. Yeah.
So I feel like one, I mean, they're so close.
Holding them up to the light, they look the same to me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's gonna make it hard.
I was trying to see if I could recognize it.
No.
I drink a lot of it.
So what are you getting on the nose?
Wine. I'm doing that thing I do. I don't smell like you do, but it smells like a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. Like,
Yeah,
can I smell this one now?
Yeah, smell that one.
They definitely smell different.
Mm-hmm.
This is fruitier. I feel like there's a note of something in here that's more petroleum-y
Maybe.
or woody. Because yes, in my olfactory sense, those are close to each other.
You know what? It reminds me just like a tiny bit of road tar.
Yeah, petroleum-y.
Yes. Petroleum has different ranges. You have tar, you have petroleum, you have vinyl, you have...
Out comes the wine snob. Life was so much simpler when he just did this because he wanted to drink. It was.
I'm pretty sure I did this because you wanted to drink.
No, I was having babies. I couldn't.
Oh, that's right.
This was your coping mechanism.
That's right. Wine pairs well with dealing with pregnancy, if you're the dude.
Yeah. Okay, I know which one I like most, and I know which one's the Starborough.
All right, go for it.
Number 1.
Number 1 is the one you like the most.
And is Starborough.
Damn. She got it right.
This has a lot of Riesling note to it. The Rieslings that you like that have that petroleum thing going on.
They do have it, but here's the funny thing.
Super, super mild.
Here's the funny thing is that when I reviewed it, I don't recall picking up on any of that.
It's my least favorite next to Oaked Chardonnay. So I pick up on it.
But like I said, the interesting thing about it is that I didn't. It wasn't there when I reviewed it. It was so
You get
close.
it now?
Yeah, I totally get it now, but it's so close to this.
Oh, I see a huge difference.
And it makes me wonder if, I don't know, it almost feels like it's
You grab a separate year?
No,
or...
I mean, it's the same thing. It feels like it's an entirely different wine than the one I reviewed.
Interesting.
It's so weird. Because I smelled it and tasted it and instantly went, that wasn't the thing that I was looking for.
So this failed.
So this failed because Brancott, you let me down here. You let me
But
down.
it's okay because Starborough's still best.
It is pretty good. Now, I want you to do an experiment. Are you ready?
What? Oh, why would you do that?
Swirl it around and then try it.
Why? Why am I doing this? Is this a thing?
Swirl it.
Or you just want to be weird?
I want to see if it actually does anything. If it mellows stuff together or...
To use your horribly incorrect grammar, it does mellow stuff together.
I know, I just realized it. I realized that's not on video, it's so bad.
That's a good thing my mom doesn't watch this.
Yeah. But so it tones down.
Pulls down the fruit and it gets rid of the petroleum.
Exactly. It makes it very, very neutral.
Yeah.
Overall, if I had poured, oh man, I wish I had kind of poured both of these things together when I was having to do the tasting. Oh, I'm mad I didn't do that.
Have 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, I should have done that. Damn.
That would have confused me. It would have been stuck between 1 and 3.
Things I think of after I do the experiment.
Next time.
Anyway, so okay, well, all this means is that I have to continue to find another Sauvignon Blanc.
What it means is you have to go back to your Brancott review and listen to it again and see if you do actually pick up on it.
Yeah, I can do that. Like I said, I don't remember it, but...
Or y'all can go back to it and then troll him in the comments when you go, no, dude, you called it.
Yeah, I get enough people doing that already. But unfortunately, they don't do it in the comments. They just send me nasty tweets. This was an interesting thing. I still think I have an experiment that I need to do later on in which I will involve you, but it doesn't.
See, that just scares me.
It doesn't involve these wines. It involves me making my own wine.
Ooh. Yes.
So I'm.
Ooh. Ideas.
Not from scratch.
Ideas.
But I have an idea.
Okay.
For a really cool video. So that's going to be coming in the future. So anyway, this has been Stuart.
And Haley.
If you like
Good
today's
timing.
video, did it just like that on reason. If you like today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you tried Starborough, and do you think it is better than Brancott Estate?
If you do, you're wrong.
According to my wife.
No, wait. If you do, you're right. I've not had any wine yet. I'm so tired.
If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And we will see you all soon again in another episode from Wine on the Dime.
You're never having me back on.
Oh gosh, I always debate whether or not I am. Bye.